Like,
Yeah,
that's
you need
better.
some distance. You need some distance anyway. Especially when I'm talking about my 22-inch thing. We'll see.
Yeah, and your graphics tablet. Shall we talk about video
Also
games?
Yeah, we should. What have you been playing?
So I have been playing The Pathless by Giant Squid.
Awesome.
And it is amazing. Austin Wintory is one of my favourite video game composers, and he did a lot of the music for it. And the amazing thing about that game is the interactive audio. I watched a video that Austin put up about it and about how he created the main theme for the game. And at each level, there's like a few levels in the game, and there's a few different bosses.
What sort of game is it? Like first, like before you dive into it, like is it?
It is it's kind of like it feels like a little indie game where you just play I have to say what you do and you'll get the idea. It's it's a third person adventure game where it's all about the locomotion and the story and the audio all working together to tell the story. So it's like a story driven game where you can cover vast distances by shooting targets with your bow, but it feels great. You can't explain it, and it sounded appealing. And for the longest time, I'd put it off because I just thought that it didn't look as though the marketing led me to believe. But it feels great to play. Like, you feel powerful, and you play this woman who's got this hawk, and you can fly a bit, and you can shoot these targets and get around the place and do some puzzles.
I've seen it. It's sort of, it looked like anyway, like she was on sort of a rail almost, and she was just like gliding along through the sort of landscape. Is that's the one I'm thinking?
Yeah,
of, right?
The best way to describe it is you glide along the landscape and above the landscape and in the landscape and around the landscape, and locomotion is really fluid, and it feels great to get places in that game, and it's just a beautiful game to just go in and experience. Right. But for me, what makes it is the audio, in that the theme is different depending on which boss you tackle first, and the theme grows throughout the whole game, and the instruments that are used, and using this new headphones, I could really, really hear it.
True immersion.
It sounded amazing, and they used some really funky instruments, and it's kind of like got Mongolian vibes, kind of folky vibes. There's lots of different cool elements going on, and it's just such a different sound to a video game that I haven't heard before, that made it feel like it was like a cool little indie game. Had like this very much different I don't know what the right word is. It just feels different, like, to anything else that's around. And so I've been really enjoying that and getting to know that, and I completed it. And it's a short game, so it's great if you're trying to fit in some games that are well recommended, but you need to get through your backlog, which is happening with a lot of people these days. Yeah, totally recommend playing that if you're on the fence about it, because it's
awesome.
Just
the composer, like, I really love his work. I know he's I think he did the soundtrack for Journey, right?
He did Journey, and he did Assassin's Creed.
That's right, yeah.
Unity. Was that the one with in London? So
Syndicate.
Syndicate. Yeah. So he did that, and he's done some other cool stuff. But yeah, most famous for Journey, I suppose. Yeah, he's done some films as well.
Oh yeah, like, he's a really, really good composer. Like, I actually still listen to the Journey soundtrack when I'm working quite a lot.
Same, yeah.
And yeah, it's just a really good sort of zone out type of song, like soundtrack. Sorry, like, it's just it's great to work to, especially when you're coding or something, because it kind of loops around in your head quite a bit while you just sat there like tick-tacking away. You don't really, like, time just sort of flies by when you listen to that stuff. So
yeah, it's a good one for if time is going to be it's going to be a long time, you can just listen to that and just get lost in it. Oh yeah, I didn't say. He, I tweeted about the game because I really enjoyed it, and I tweeted him specifically and Giant Squid, and he put some love hearts and he retweeted it, and then a load of people liked it. So that's really cool.
That's always a nice feeling when people hear you. So yeah, I remember I sent a tweet to Ueda once, Fumito Ueda, like the director of Ico. Like, it's. Like, I remember when he replied to me, like, through a message or whatever, I was like, holy shit, like, this guy's like one of my heroes. Like, I love it when that sort of stuff happens. So,
yeah, I love that one. Yeah, I love Twitter. Twitter can be so toxic and so horrible, but, like, the whole games industry is on Twitter, and it's just great when those cool things can happen, and
you
when
can
people
just
share
break
those
through.
cool things. So it makes up for all the doom scrolling that you do when
Absolutely.
you get those little.
Yeah, we'll have to do an episode one time, just like on all the instances where stuff like that's happened, where just random people have liked stuff that you've said, and you're like, holy shit, like that guy,
We could do one for you, because you've got some cool stories. Yeah. Well, that's a good idea.
Yeah, we'll get around to that one time.
So comment if that's an episode you want to see.
Absolutely.